Hey, traders, welcome to episode 829 of the show. You could be doing anything, but you're here, and I appreciate it. Welcome to the unveiling of the new scene angle of the spaceship. Now we've got three, right? So, wanted to be able to do full screen with you. We could have some interactive fun this way, and at the same time be able to look at charts for real, because, you know, on the full screen from before, we just couldn't, man. So here we are, dude. So Bitcoin, well, stock market's all-time highs. That's the name of the stream, and that's true. It hit all-time highs. It actually hit the golden mean ratio perfectly, the 1618, and that's where it closed. It's brilliant, man. So, yeah, thank you all for being here. You could be doing anything. But it's a Thursday, and on the 60-minute IMO, the way Bitcoin has been holding this support zone between 8,600 8,660, and it's not maybe the most major resistance support in the world, but it exists on the 60-minute chart pretty well. Resistance, support, 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 right? Chop resistance momentarily before breaking it. Resistance, you know, close and reverse candle right above it, false breakout, right? And then you get right here, resistance. So, to me, the way the price action is correlating to the resistance right now, it seems fine. It looks like as long as you stay above this and you keep, look, you're even making higher lows somehow. So is there accumulation while you're holding this support? And sorry, I know I've got to get my bearings straight with this new scene. I can't use half my chart up here. It's the only way to keep the scaling good. So, I mean, if Bitcoin could, you know, hold above this, you'd think very soon now. You know, someone's like, is that three rising valleys? I'm like right here. I'm like, nah, dude, it's not. You normally want to see those on the daily, and they're much larger patterns, and they normally take like a month or two to develop, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. This is a very small pattern, but it's the psychology of the higher lows, 3 consecutive higher lows. So a measured move of this would probably just put you up near 88, 8,900 again. So I wouldn't worry about a small pattern, because it's the 60 effing minute, man. You know how it was with the little triangle. It just broke it and it's just climbing again. It's just 60-minute patterns are pretty stupid. They're pretty freaking unreliable, and that's why you see me most of the time stick the 4 hour on the daily, because that's where reliability comes in. All right. Thanks for the 273 people here. I know we're all patiently waiting. Bitcoin, it doesn't look bad. Like right now, Bitcoin doesn't look bad. On the daily, it's not overbought. 4 hour, it's not overbought. 60-minute, it's not overbought. But it's holding a support. So there's plenty of room to run at the upside. There's a square up at 9,034. You got to go way back to November 11th. We've talked about that before. Potential target, but the major overhead resistance is like 9,500 to 10K at this point. So it's just a matter of when the buyer's going to be ready, or if you know, the market makers determine there's just not enough demand to get this price higher before we dump, right? And there's always that demand line right here of the uptrend you've been in since January 3rd, like 2 weeks. It's right around 85.10, which is looking left to historical overhead support resistance. Okay. Whoa. What is that, man? Chad, I've been having these voices in my head, man. Remember I got diagnosed with a force like a week or two ago, man? I don't really know what it is, man. What is... Sorry, Chad. I had to fight that urge. I don't know. It's weird. Some guys talking to me in my dreams about taking over the empire and stuff. I don't really know what it is anymore. Y'all just have to help me out with that. But we're working on things, dude. Working hard. Whew. Drinking my own coffee. Man, stock market is killing it. I guess we can just look at it real quick. Let's go to the daily. Look at the spider or the SPX, doesn't matter. I mean, I'm in the SPY. because it pays the dividend. But look here, listen, I'm talking, touched it perfectly. I mean, this is the outer rim of the fib extension galaxy, if you will. All right, how did I anchor that to get that 1618 high point to low point? This is the major correction. We got 23.6% correction from March 2009 lows to this high. So you made a shallow retrace. Hold on, man. Okay. So it's beautiful, man. Beautiful. It just when will it stop? Will we climb above the 1618? $331.12. I think you got a size $330 and okay, it's not showing. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, hold on. It's like $330.92. Wow. Gapped up a little bit. I mean, oscillators, you know, they keep waning on higher prices, but and you're overbought too. But this could just keep climbing. It's a ETF, so. All right. Let's take it on over, dude, to the real chart. You know, the real overlay or whatever, where we can get stuff done for real. Okay. Yeah, the only issue, my issue is going to be is that moving my watch list back and forth per scene. There's no other way around it. I mean, I haven't found or thought of one unless I just have a completely different screen capture, but I don't want to do that. It's really inconvenient for me. So, okay. You know, across the board, man. I mean, like, PayPal's climbing. Hey, MoneyGram, you know, it was a trade setup. It was a, you know, a modest trade setup. Remember this one connected to XRP? Sorry, it's loud. Just big gap up today. I mean, just sellers were exhausted. The exhaustion was pretty evident based on the oscillators, right? And I guess a high or low. And so the engulfing candle here was the entry. All right, it was like 220. And so you just went sideways from really like Christmas.
Love the new look. Can we check out Apple? We the real Jesus Monday.
Yeah, Texas sports fan. Sure, man, we'll take a look at Apple. Apple, killing it, dude. It's just floating around its all-time highs, but MoneyGram today up 23%, great number, exceeded the 236, but where did it close? Just below 276, which is what? It's just a critical area of resistance. That's it, man. So 200-day moving average like 295, and really, if the wedge is to truly play out, and you were like taking, if you were daily, like trading this on the daily, huge amount of volume. I mean, MoneyGram's this is the highest volume MoneyGram's seen since you know, going back to June of last year. Around that time, the XRP announcement happened or whatever. You would think that no, we would eventually, we're patient, get to 334, just a common retrace.
Let me take a look at the impalables and making a burst in the back.
Good God, Kevin, man. Yeah, dude. Facebook and Apple. Yeah, dude. Two killers. Short killers. I don't know, man. Shorting this market right now, dangerous. It's been dangerous. So, again, I know it just seems like, oh, it's everyone's taking profit, scalping, whatever. That's fine. You can, and it may never hit the target, and it could just sell off, fill the gap, and it'd be over.
We don't need that scum.
What's up, Iron Man? Thanks for the sub. So, Patient Man's Game, you're talking about a pattern that was in development from October to December, right? I mean, you know, a couple months large, you broke out. 334. Okay. And the secondary target 364, and then there's a gap fill at 393. Always possible that that could get filled, but you know what, man? There's another gap. There's a gap at 348 right there. I just noticed. Wow, which makes sense in between the profit taking levels for this decently sized pattern. All right, Apple. It's ridiculous, man. Hey, you want to know where Apple's 1618 was? The golden mean ratio from that same correction, high to low, right here. It was at 287, and look where it is, 315. It got as high as like 325. No, it did. I thought it did, man. No, that's Tesla. That's 425. Sorry. Yeah, so this got as high as 317.46. And yes, climbing today after a couple days of indecision. Many gaps to the downside, right? Yeah. Crap, hold on, dude. Don't know what I'm walking into here. Be more appropriate having the stars on the chart because you know, moon, literal moon for Apple. 1.25%. There's not much I can do anymore, right? You can't. I mean, we can try to use the 2618. I don't even think we're close to it. Nah, dude, not even close, man. 2618's at like 380, 330. Good luck. Good luck getting there without any kind of pullback. You know, I would think before we get to 383, we would fill some gaps first. And there are multiple gaps. 259, 275, 303, that all fill when this thing does inevitably pull back. Just when will that happen, dude? Good question. You got me beat. I mean, it's like we probably just draw a parabola line at this point, dude. It's just getting outrageous. 1, 2, 3. There it is, dude. The parabola line. I mean, it's just getting ludicrous. So 1, 2, 3 touches, 4 touches. There you are. You haven't broken it. You're still climbing. Should that? Let's take that off real quick so you can see it. We can get out of. You know, we can take this channel off the board so it just makes it a little bit clearer for you. Oh my god. Because at this point we can get rid of the busted pattern. And there you have it, man. Wow. Facebook. Same thing, right? Busted pattern. Whether it was the cipher wasn't busted. I think the cipher actually, it literally played out like perfectly. And, you know, someone even asked about it, and it's like, dude, I would be careful in these trends because, like, they'll work, they'll play out, and they'll hit critical supports. They'll retrace 38% of the way, which it did, and then they reverse, and they keep on going up. So, yeah, bearish patterns in bullish trends, not very reliable. And if they do play out, they often underperform, meaning they don't hit their respective patterns. So I guess we could readjust here now. 1 and 2 on the bottom, maybe? And just 1 on the top. Get some decent touch points. Keep it like that. You know, all-time highs was 218. You're at 221. You've been at all-time highs for the past 4 days, 4 trading days. Once you broke it, and much easier to get some targets, right? If we target the way we targeted with Apple, we go from that high point to the low point of the correction to get those fib extensions. I mean, the first target's 244.16. So if this uptrend, this macro is to continue climbing, which I don't know, because now we are getting into what? Earnings season. Morgan Stanley reported and is up. So financials could continue to propagate this market higher, just based on what we saw kind of today. All right, so 244 is the first target. If you, for real, stay above this overhead resistance, previous all-time highs long enough, it's very possible, man. A little overbought, no bearish divergence, forget about it. The divergence actually played out at the PCZ of that scrub pattern, and that's all you got. That divergence gave you this. You bounced at the support, and you were gone again. Jevy, man. Does that help, dude? At all? Target was 192. 192.50. And it got to 193.10, dude. That's what happens, man, right? If you go short in a bullish trend, macro's bullish, everything's bullish, right? Then you'll get that close, and then you'll reverse because there's overwhelming amounts of demand on that asset, the industry, and the macro, right? But thank y'all, both of y'all, for the contributions. Let's take a look at, real quick, PayPal. You were warned about this and warned about, I mean, dude, I told you, I said it. I'm like, okay, can only say so much, man. This thing looks like it's ready to reverse the upside. I mean, ascending triangle, breaking it, accumulation, which means it signifies over like more demand on the angle of ascent steepens. We sure as heck got it. And we filled the gap. We filled an effing gap. And there's another gap at 120, 124 that I think is very possible that PayPal will fill in time. It's not even overbought as of today. Wow. What more do you want? Jeff's got the Fed pumping money.
Bounty hunters. We don't need that scum.
That's right, dude. Alex. Ekimov. Alex Ekimov. Thanks for the sub, dude. Welcome. You know, it's interesting. I don't really go to Alex Cobb's streams anymore. I don't really know when he streams these days, but it's not frequently. But he was live today. I went in to just say hi and, you know, super chatted him, a few bucks or whatever. You know, just show my support. I think he's a good kid. I think, you know, he's got a good future and all that. But, you know, show support when I can to the guy. And of course, what was the topic of conversation? Well, it was XRP. And I didn't really respond, but I tipped him. I'm like, MGI hype or whatever, trade hype. And he was talking about he wishes that XRP would have done what MoneyGram did. And, you know, looking at it made me curious. I'm like, what was the percentage gain on XRP from pretty much where the breakout occurred, which would have been the entry if you were watching this stream at all? You were given, I mean, you were told many times, this is like, okay, this is it, the breakout, one stake in the trade, this is like the area, there's like the convergence, divergence, there was bullish divergence, right? And the common retrace target, I mean, the profit taking target is going to be 24.47 cents to 26 cents. And so, if that's the case, I mean, really from the breakout, he said something about like a 2-cent pump or something. And in fact, it was between, you know, 18.85 pennies and ran as high as 24.4 pennies. That's a 30% increase in value, chat, on XRP from this little trade that maybe to him seemed scrubby. But 30, you can't like snub 30% gains, dude, in a matter of like 10 days or something. All right. What do I think the global coin of the future is? It would be completely pretentious and stupid to even guess that. I have no idea, man. And I'm awesome, and like to know that. I'm awesome to say that. Or happy to say it, proud to say it. Okay, I'm not here to act like I know where things are going in the long term, the forecast of the future, right? The long-term future. But we do kind of specialize in that mid-range, mid-term future that can last a month or two. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like we're looking for opportunities to trade here. And it's just not practical giving 10-year predictions. I'm not going to make money on that, probably, right? Tesla's pumping, man. I mean, there's just too much good stuff on the stock market, dude. But yeah, Tesla's pumping. We can look at it, dude. Whatever. So 50% retrace from your low point to high point. Almost a back test of the channel you broke out of. And yeah, that's great, man. Nice rally. Attempted rally. So it's like X, A, B, C going on. Where will it make a lower high? All right, the buyers, a lot of people sold off. So buyers came in to see, you know, if we can make a higher high, that means there are more buyers, more owners of this asset. Therefore, the trend can continue. But you make a lower high here, begin to sell off again. That could signify, hey, maybe, just maybe, the people that got this price so high aren't here anymore. So it might be time to sell off again. And that's like what happens in corrections and recessions, or whatever you want to call it. Crashes into recessions, crashes into corrections. It's exactly what happened on Bitcoin, right? It dumped, but then pumped so hard, but it like was a lower high. So the people that pumped that saw that their friends weren't in it anymore. Like, okay, well, we're getting out for real now. We're not even going to mess with this. And so then it dumps again, and then it gets exhausted, runs again. And it's like even less people own this asset than before. Oh my God, this is like third level confirmation, right? That's like how downtrends begin. That's how uptrends also begin. So yeah, great. Tesla's pumping, man. Yep, nearly 11%. Hey, good news though, I guess, is like you're out of the downtrend. You almost back tested it. Now you're rallying. So, Dow theory, dude. One is a wick, zero is a candle, huh? Oh, nah, they're both candles. There's no wick. Look at the candle. No, the rule of Fibonacci anchoring. It's like I anchored right there. Yes, there is a wick there, but I'm sorry, I can't help that the wick matches the candle low close. So I went from candle low close to the candle high, you can see where it is. It's like the top where the trader settled up, right? So I didn't use wick to wick. Candle to candle. And so that's the cardinal rule, right? So if you're going to use the wick on the bottom, use the wick on the top. But if you're going to use the candle close on the bottom, use the candle close on the top. That's it. Don't cherry pick. All right? That's all it is. So nice little 50% correction. Now you're running again. Oh my God, man. Dude, FTCH, Farfetch is incredible, dude. Dude, that was a trade setup from like months ago. Andy, man, thanks for the 10. Seriously. Farfetch Connect. 236 today, almost. It was just like this thing. It gapped down, was showing down sloping price contraction. Nah, I mean, it's whatever, dude. Like, I'll figure it out. It won't be too difficult to fix on the watermark. Just have to go through the effort. But there's a lot of effort that goes in. There's only a certain amount of time of the day. All right, so far-fetched gap fill 1824. The entry for this was $7.76. It ran up. It looked good, but then sold off. I was like, oh no, we're screwed, but never hit the stop out. And then just gapped up on earnings, and it's been gone ever since. And you haven't hit 1309. That's like, you know, the first target was the measurement of the pattern. Second target, I guess, is the 236. Third target's going to be, you know, 1650. Pretty much what the 382 is. Back from, you know, January 2019. And then the gap fill 1824. So that's it, dude. Farfetch Connect. Divergence with the wedge. Come on, man. It's beautiful. Thank you, Andy, man. Yeah, join our Discord too if you're not part of it, because dude, you will miss my live streams. YouTube will not notify you all the time when I go live. If I go live at a random time because Bitcoin's pumping, you will probably miss the stream. So that's why Discord's important. But also, you're like in a community of like-minded people that care about the markets, care about stocks and equities, currencies, commodities.
Keep doing what you do. By the way, XRP will be the global fintech standard. Hold your XRP. Don't sell too early.
Okay. XRP is our target. Why my stuff not changed, man? What the? Hold on. Thank you. Oh my God. Maurice, man, thank you for the nearly $23 worth of XRP. 100 XRP. Hype in the chat. Let's go, dude. Let me just look at something real quick. It's kind of pissing me off. It should have worked. It just didn't, I guess. Oh well. Dude, I don't know why this. Oh my god. Good God. New bulb, man. Thanks for 3s. Yeah, dude, we'll take a look at link. Sorry, I don't know why my space keeps effing up. So annoying. Gotta figure that out. I just don't know what it is. So old link, men. XRP the future. Connect. Link and logs. Well, we've been looking at it. Still climbing. Hey, I mean, that's like, sorry. You know, for Link, man, this is it, dude. This is like the area when, if you're like going for entries, it's pretty like 175 is like the entry. Maybe a little higher. It was really just like, man, if you know, like, if you got a 786, 1272, it could always go to the 1414. I mean, that's like legit just off my gut, taking the long on Bitcoin at 3343, the Gartley. I went 1414, not the 786, but they were pretty close. But man, look how deep the 1414 is in this situation, right? It's freaking deep, man. I mean, that's where the bottom was. So you would have been taking some losses at first, but well, there's a 1272 as well, right? So right at the PCZ, right between 177 and 183, that's the entry. Look where you are now, okay? And yeah, it climbed.
Bounty hunters. We don't need that scum.
It climbed, is at the golden retrace. The next target, though, I really think we could get there. We've gotten there almost every time we've gotten out of this resistance at $2. I think we'll see 275. It's not far away, but 275 is right here. Previous overhead resistance, like you can see, it's been a battleground area a multitude of times. Jeez, correlation of price action at this area is nuts, and that's what leads you to believe we'll probably see it. Assuming Bitcoin doesn't just go to zero and dump like violently, which I don't see that happening right now, but always could occur, right? Okay, your Lincoln Law. Are we cool, man? So, yo, man.
Can you take a look at Cat? Thanks. All in on CVX Kappa.
Kappa, yeah. CVX had a good bounce today, for sure. You want Caterpillar, man. Yeah. Remember what happened? Oh, yeah, we're waiting on it. We're waiting on Caterpillar still. It's beautiful and seems like it very well could happen. Dude, y'all remember the irony on Cat? It's not really Cat, it's Caterpillar. Okay, that's what makes it awesome. But look here, listen. Waiting on the 1618, which is 158. 159. Okay, first off, let's just zoom out so you can see. Oops, and log scale, excuse me. So you know you're in this crazy run up. So overall bullish trend, can't argue with that. And then you've been through this really nice consolidation phase that started in January of 2018. And so what's recently happened is we've had a momentum shifting breakout that occurred on October 24th, which is the same day Bitcoin pumped, by the way. And we broke this range. You can see it, horizontal line resistance kind of all over the place. We kind of back tested it, held, no follow through price action to break us below it for real. Once you rally, you got back above it. Now you're climbing again with the stock market. And again, we're waiting on 159.47. That's a 1618. That is the PCZ of a bearish butterfly. So Caterpillar is in the midst of creating a bearish butterfly pattern. I think that's amazing. Now you can get up there and then just run again. Right, I think this hit a 1272 and pulled back. Yeah, look, a 1272 and it pulled back, and now it's rallying again. So like the pattern could have played out because we know the butterfly PCZ is huge. It's between the 1272 and the 1618. So someone could make the argument that the pattern's already done. But I'm just not so sure. I'd like to see what happens at the 1618. If we're showing extreme amounts of bearish divergence, well then maybe we get another sell-off there. See what I'm saying? So it's just bullish macro, man. Pumping like everything. O&T pumping now? Oh my god, all the S coins pumping, dude. Nowhere to go but up, TK. That's right, man. We going places while we're in outer space right now. Real pig from space, or the Earth is flat, right? Skyward, man. We've already destroyed one flat earther today. Okay. So, yeah, I guess we look at CVX2 while we're just hanging out. We got time, man. Yeah, so it was like really disappointing. You know, you're just right back to this accumulation level, the higher lows in the previous low. Still above the critical 114.65 area. I mean, that's danger zone. But now it's like, do you have like a base, a buying wall, and then you have distribution still going on? Really, if we rally here, man, it's gonna have to break out soon, or we're just gonna make another lower high, and eventually the market's just gonna be okay. Clearly not enough demand. Oil sucks. It really, really sucks. Tech is better. That's a quote from the Water Boy, Bobby Boucher. So, like, again, once this rally happens, we're gonna get an attempted rally probably if we pivot, and if you test this neckline again, or you don't even get there and sell off, it could be very bad. You just have distribution going on, but overall bullish trend. Yeah, well, you got to go way back because of the whale glut, but overall bullish trend historically. And so near the bottom of the range is good. I mean, you're talking like, if you're at the bottom of the range, you're like 88, 90% retrace. Good. Never touch it and run and then break out and then be kings. Now the measure move, if it was to break out, we have to move it now, right? Because a little bit lower. But that's it. Oh my god, dude, sorry. Got to keep looking over there when I do this. You're watching while fishing? Heck yeah, dude. We're in outer space, man. Just,
Peep CGC, loving all the hard work you put into the stream. I'm grateful.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we can take a gander at CGC. Starting to get one of those feelings again, Chad. I don't know what it is, man. It keeps just hitting me, dude. It's just like I don't know, man. It's like God, get out of my head. Ah. Okay, sorry. Tough, man. I don't know what it is. I think I know. All right, Zachary. Fantastic. Chad, help me out. Okay, what were we going to look at? Lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah, CGC. Yeah, big pullback today, down 2.41%. Not big, but hey, hit the 236. Hit what, man? We talked about it literally yesterday on CGC, where it hit this resistance area, and it's like, this isn't going to be easy to hold above or break, and kind of Do we engulf? No, we didn't quite. It's definitely a dark cloud cover reversal candle though, where you opened outside the previous candle and you pierced through it more than 50% of the way, but where the trader settled up is over 50% of the way through the previous candle. So this is in fact on CGC a bearish engulfing or a bearish reversal pattern, Japanese candlestick pattern. I don't know what it will manifest into, right? It could manifest into a back test of the neckline of the slanted inverse head and shoulders that is very real. But you really wouldn't want to fall below 25 bucks just for the sake of support resistance. So yeah, rejected. Critical areas. Maybe you flag. All you want though, at the end of the day, if you care about this asset in the more long term, which you should care about it in the longer term a little bit. I mean, I'm talking like the next few months. This pattern's massive. Talking goes back to 2017, mid 2017. That should give you the significance of this pattern. And so all you want to do on CGC is make a higher low eventually than 1871, 19 bucks. That's it. You come down here. I don't even care if you fall through the neckline a little bit. As long as you close above that, majorly reverse and run again, that's showing more accumulation, more people own this asset than before, and we keep going. I mean, the measurement of the pattern is 31 bucks, so we're not there yet, and sure as heck aren't there on this pattern. This pattern's targets like 36.42 and 41.75 if you're conservative. Okay, so still lots of upside potential on CGC. Did have a pullback today. Go bigger, man.
Arriving in peace, chug variation. Love you all. Gangs.
Yeah, chug variation. I gotta figure it out for this overlay. I could just turn it on. What I can do is maybe like, we can do like wheel spin debts. And if we get enough wheel spin debts, especially if it's a chug. How about this? This actually increases your chances. It's not really fair to me at all. It's actually stupid. Because, you know, with a 33-33, there's an 8% chance. It's actually not that bad. All right. So for 33-33, it's 100% wheel spin and your chance for me to hit the chug. But like if it hits sip, spinner drinks, or a gulp, or social or whatever, then we don't do it. But we go for the chug. Because, you know, if you tip that, that's to keep it going a little bit, all right? So let's do that real quick for you. Gar, man, thanks for 33-33. Penny, of course. Where is it, man? The wheel. I think that's super fair. It gives you a 2% increased chance, too. Are you kidding me, dude? There it is. Do it right there. All right, this one's cigar, so not scamming, right? Got you covered. See right here, I don't do anything now because it's just like I'm just giving you your due for your odds on that, all right? Hype. Keeping it cool. Okay, does that help on CGC? Anyone? Bueller? Awesome, man. Yeah, I know Bradford. It's just like, what? Really? Was diagnosed with the vortex. Yeah, it happened to me a couple weeks ago. If you were here in the stream. CGC should get high just by default. Exactly, dude. Wayne.
Love the new ride note. Thank you.
Hey, dude, Millennium Falcon coming at me now? Are you serious? Thank you, AM, for the 1337. But geez, man, be careful. I don't know the strength of my deflector shields right now, so definitely varies. I hate that though. The harmonic kind of really covers everything up. That's nuts. All right. So, you know, we've got less than 15 minutes until the daily candle close on Bitcoin. That's kind of why we're here, man. Covering it with you. Still above 8,700. Your daily time scale, I don't even know if we looked at it. Not much to really look at besides the fact that we've broken out in linear scale, not log scale. I mean, kind of log scale. We'll look at it in a second. But 2 days of indecision after a huge impulse candle, green impulse candle, and good volume, even though we take volume with a grain of salt. Oscillators, the bullish convergence. You're not overbought right now. You're sitting at 67, which is hot, but not too hot. You're holding on to positive momentum right now. So there is always a chance this could continue to climb based on the 4-hour, the daily, and the weekly. The weekly is what really makes me feel like Bitcoin could be ready to break to the upside again. And it's specifically because we haven't seen any positive momentum since August 19th, 2019. And we're about to be neutral, right? All the selling pressure that came in, it's finally waning and going away. So, you know, even this week, if it pumps like before Sunday hard, we might get to neutral or maybe even into the green on the momentum. But you'd think if all things stayed equal by Sunday, the next candle that opens on the weekly will be neutral or green. And normally when you get one positive histogram wick, you don't stop there. You normally climb for a while, and you could just go here and then dump again. But look what happened last time. Right here is when the daily Gaussian channel went green too. Right in this week. I think it was maybe March 1st or something. I can't even remember. We can look at it, but. And your RSI, dude, it's at 53. It held above bearish. It hit like 41 and it's climbing now.
Your face needs beer. Beer.
Dude. My face needs beer. Yes, yes. The Emperor Drink Troll beckons me, man. Alright. We'll pull it out, man. Pull it out. Sorry, man. Remember, 1 in 10 chance here. Better odds than if you actually had the variation up from stream elements. Okay. Oops. Thank you, Chuggy Chugface, for the 33. 33, repeating, of course. You know how it is, man. Anderson Rivera, currently in class. Gah. Oh, what's up? Someone joined the Discord. A bunch of letters. So I'm not going to try. Stress and struggle. What happened, dude? What's going on? What's the problem? So, you know, that was really just what I want to talk about. Why the weekly looks ready to rise to the upside. Could join us in space. And remember, the impulse was up. And this was the consolidation of the impulse. You could also think A, B, C connect eventually. Even if it's not here and it sells off again, this would be C. A, B, C, whatever. Is that true, Schnitzel? It's common knowledge across the galaxies that beer is a Jedi life force drink. I don't really know much about the Force. All I know is sometimes dark voices talk to me in my head, and they sometimes just say good. I'm like, what? But I was diagnosed with the Force a couple weeks ago, so. What ship am I in? I'm in my own ship, dude. Do you not see my logos everywhere? Does the Millennium Falcon have Mitre TA on it? No. I haven't named it yet. I don't know. Thinking should maybe calling it the Gartley or something. Day off on Monday, Tish. Nice, man. Good. What's up, Orange Juice? Okay, so weekly go back to that 4 hour. Through the oscillators and see 87.19, 6 minutes and 45 seconds. So your daily close, 4 hour close, all the close. And we'll go to 60 minute real quick so you can see again like what I was talking about.
You know what hub to use in case the chug comes up? Your childhood idol. Ready?
Oh yeah, dude. Okay, I will do that. I will do that. Tom Brady 12 mug. Why is it called the 12 mug and not the 2000 mug? Or the 99 2000 mug? Tell me why. I don't get the 12. Is it... I need more information. Thank you. Alright, we'll pull it out. Non-sexually. Sorry, dude. I can't make the rules. Well, I can. I make the rules, but then we have to follow them. It's like a bonus 2% day. The Gartley XL. Ooh. Kind of like it. Yeah, name ideas are cool. For the ship. Dude, we use like people's stuff all the time. People's ideas and all that. All the time, man. I mean, this was somebody's idea. The Fibonacci spiral right here. The 1618 in the middle. 12 is Tom. Oh, okay. Duh. Sorry, I really have to think about it, man. I must not be a Brady fan. I'm a victim of Brady, but it happened in my childhood. It was Tom Brady's last collegiate game, and it's not even Tom Brady that I have problems with, because I definitely respect greatness. Definitely respect greatness, but I do disrespect scrubbiness, and it's Ryan Flugner more than Tom Brady that gives me PTSD. Probes, you should know that, man. You're bored of him? You're bored of like the most consistent, most accurate, winning quarterback in the world? I don't know about that, man. I like when that stuff exists and stays around as long as possible. The Gartley Classic. 4 minutes, chat. 4 minutes. Just hanging out in the spaceship, doing things. We will continue adding many things to this. This is kind of as vanilla as it gets. I know, right? For now. Disrespect is wrong, dude. No, it's not. That's not how it works, Stephen Kahn. I'm not crazy. It's literal, like, someone's using the Force to communicate with me. But I haven't... No, dude. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to play that song. It's kind of weird. Okay, we're good. Throw respect on his name. I mean, look, you know, 3 minutes left. It's your local on the 8s already, so I'm not gonna leave Bitcoin for 3 minutes just so we. And this is what we do, man. It's like a ritual. It's like a tradition. All right. But yeah, dude. EA killing it. I mean, video games had a nice day today. Many assets. Trying to finish this this coffee, man. I don't know why some of these songs are just terrible. This one will do. Will suffice. The Pundy X-Wing. No, Pundy will never be in the name of my ship.
Show me you're on the stall where Tom Brady and Ryan Pluffner touched you. It's okay.
I like how TTS actually said the name wrong on Flugner. good, 'cause, you know, when you say a name wrong, you're disrespecting it. So I agree with what TTS said. But Tom Brady, I mean, it touched me in the feels, man. It hit me in the adolescence. That's pretty bad, dude. When you hit somebody right in the adolescence, it doesn't have to be sexual, man. It can be like traumatizing as missing a PAT in the 2000 Orange Bowl when I was there. And dude, I mean, even then I'd been to like a lot of football games as a kid. It was just like, it was a special moment. It was Bama's first BCS game ever. Because BCS didn't start until 1998. I actually got to, in 1998, I went to the Music City Bowl where Alabama played another very notable quarterback that beat the living crap out of us, Michael Vick. Yeah, we got around the stadium. I mean, we left early. I remember it. It was sleeting. It was awful, miserable. So yeah, now you learned something more about my old memories, dude. Many a good quarterback have beaten Bama, man. Oh, but we'll spin that. We'll spin for that. Sigmund Freud probes to connect. Sorry, man. I'm sorry. I can't make it hit chug. And I don't want to just randomly spin and then it hit chug and that ruins your chance. It'd be like, you know, blackjack when there's some scrub in front of you and they're like, I'll hit on 18 and they bust. And it's a face card and it was the face card you were looking for. No thanks, dude. I'm not going to do that. Okay, there it is, chat. A new day has been born. Can we lift off? Sorry, Bitcoin. No movement. It's almost like the new day didn't even start. Safraju. Cosman, dude, I was in college during the last financial crisis. I was like in a fraternity house getting hazed. Okay. So the next recession, I can't wait, man, will be my first as a market participant. Leonard says, this jar looks empty. Do we have a hater, chat? Who cares if the jar's nearly empty, man? See, the thing is, the jars, I think these translate, actually. I think we still only have 2 jar, so we have jar. We don't have 3. Dude, I just played this. Why is it really doing that?
Since those 2 destroyed your adolescence, what does the name Chris Davis do the adult, Mitch?
Really sucks too, man. Really, really sucks. But at least, right? At least we know the outcome of all that, right? It's not like when Flugner missed that kick, Tom Brady won the game, and then went on to be the greatest quarterback in history, arguably, right? Consistently the best. And Chris Davis, I don't know what he's doing. And what did Auburn do? They went on to lose to Florida State in the national title game when Bama very well could have beaten them, because Bama was going to go if it wasn't for Auburn that year. So it sucked, but that one really hit hard because like I was in the end zone on the 3rd row and he ran it right to me. I closed my eyes though. When he hit the 50-yard line and it started getting really loud, I'm like, you can see the development of the field from the end zone. So it's like, oh yeah, he's scoring. It's over. Yeah, that one was rough too, man. Comeback 2010 was awful as well. I was at that one. But I had money on Auburn because of Cam Newton. That guy, just like Burrow, right? All year, rode Burrow. Rode Cam Newton that whole year. So, yeah, spin now, right? We got this, dude. Hype for the chug. Dang, dude. 10% chance, by the way. Looking like it. Chat, we're just looking at Bitcoin 72 or 87.26, sorry. And you really want to break 8,800, 8,900. You do that, you could be off, man, to the races. I really like how we're regarding support. We were looking at the beginning of the stream. Somehow it's been an hour. I don't even know how anymore, but it has been. But if you look right here, 90 or 8,600 to 8,660. It's been a battleground, an ice line, where you got resistance, support, resistance, man. Chop here too. You did pull back before we're breaking it and snapping. We're into the next area, right? 9,600 or so. But you're above it, and you've just been consolidating above it and then staying above it. So that's pretty good. I mean, I think that's a good sign. And now you're showing some very, very light accumulation, but here's more accumulation. So it's still on the 4 hour. It almost just looks like an ascending triangle, right? Where you could, if you just adjust now, here's that demand line until it breaks and becomes broken and doesn't work. But it's the same thing. It's now like developed on the 4 hour instead of just the 60 minutes. There it is. So we have a bullish continuation pattern in an uptrend. You know, in the shorter term, not, you know, we're still in a correction. That's certain, but you remember, this is the trend we're currently in. Right here, you can see it. It's January 3rd, but that's not even the lowest low. This is when it all began. Everything shifted. The Momo shift. Okay. 7250 was the entry, and we've rode it all the way up here. I like that, though. I really like what pattern we're developing. Yeah, dude. Pablo says the Australian 200 really pumping hard. Thanks for the advice the other day when you said too risky going short. Yeah, dude. When you consolidate for how many years, dude, and then you have a breakout, all-time high breakout, and the global macro, like the U.S., is like killing it. Yeah, it's high risk. Seven more likes for 200. Dang, dude. Guess the hype's over. Thanks for the 435 here. Yeah, man. My screen says like we need like 50 more. Okay, nice. 200 likes. Thank y'all. Really appreciate that. We can. I guess we can shift it. Whatever. I guess it doesn't even matter. I mean, it's not like you can't see the chart here. I mean, what do you need to see besides the price, the pattern, the trend we're in? I mean, the oscillators. The 60-minute, we had some hidden bullish divergence where you made a low on price, a low on price, a slightly higher low with lower levels of relative strength. So we definitely had that, but I was saying last night to patrons, it may not matter at all because 60-minute divergence isn't really too much to take heed of. It's not really that big of a deal. It doesn't normally turn into any huge moves, but in this context with the 4 hour and the daily and the weekly primed, it could. Just churning, man. Sorry, Sigmund Freud probes, man. Looks like you've been defeated. 59% gain in the stock market in the tech sector. I believe it, man. It's nuts. So Danielle coming in from Germany. Everything's fine, man. Who is this artist right now? We are all astronauts in sea waves. Oh my god.
Hey, you can take a look at Faye. Thanks, Mitch. What up, chat one? Feels amazing, man.
Yeah, we'll take a look at Faye. No doubt, man.
Aunt Jemima coin, please. Tmia. 8.30.
Who cares, dude? It's a S, whatever. Oh my god!
Can we look at TLRY? Looks like we retraced to ground zero low.
Yeah, dude. Have fun with that boom bust market. It's like an S coin. Jeez, getting attacked heavy and hard. Okay. We'll do these.
Link.
Oh no, don't tell me it's gonna do that. No way, I'm gonna have to worry. Figure that out. Please don't you dare start playing the other ones. I will lose my mind. Thank God. Yeah, you can notice the jars don't really translate over. It sucks. It's weird when the jars hit here, they actually work on the other one, but when it's the other way, it doesn't work. Don't know why. Okay, let me make sure. That was a big attack. Okay, Faye. Whew. I remember that was Kevin. I think Kevin talking about it. So dang, dude, it almost hit that PCZ. But again, man, this right here, you sold off, and now you're pivoting and engulfing. It's keep on climbing, dude. Thing is, though, it's like bearish trend overall. But hey, you might look if the oscillators are good, there might be a good shorting opportunity at 1867 or so. We actually never really hit it, 1835. But if you broke that, you know, it's just above you. Resistance. You just got a range, plethora. I would think that like $20 is the major resistance. If you break that stuff, you might be off at the races, dude. But for now, you're just kind of range bound. Accumulation, yeah, you still have more people that own this asset now than that owned it down here, but not. What about here? You've made lower levels, but that's just kind of like the spring and then the back test of the spring before you rallied. So I mean, besides that, you just have to go with Wyckoff, right? Where high risk for longs up here, potentially low risk, high reward opportunities for a short up here. $20. I mean, you get a 2060, that might be a great area. But 1950 might be as high as you get too, because look left. I mean, that's like that first move up. That's where we plotted the trend line. So low risk for a short, low risk for a long. Get it? Range bound, and you're kind of just nearing the top part of the range. Best way to probably interpret Fifi. Sorry. It's Fire Eye. Bear your numbers. My bad, dude. Jumia Technologies. Oh my god, dude. Oh, I guess it never hit the measure move. I don't think any of you would care, though. You'll see why. How do I do this? I need to make a hotkey for that. Derp. Aunt Jemima came out with a decentralized maple syrup today or something. But look, bear pull, bear flag, you dumped. I mean, measure move was 301. You got as low as $5, so it didn't really quite get there. But dang, if that didn't really help you gain an understanding of where we might be going back in July, haven't really done anything with it since then. Oh, dude, I don't know, man. Like, if you anchor 1 and 2, yeah, we broke. You know, you could have done it like this. Something stupid like that. It doesn't even matter. It's really just a trend line. You don't have to worry about the channel here. This is... Yeah, so that was like... But look, as soon as you broke, you just dumped again. So it doesn't really help right? Because there's just not enough data. Really not enough data on this stuff for channels and stuff. But you can be like scaled in and just see like where is the, you can say it was like this, and then we broke the range. Today, look, you see higher lows developed. But look here. It's like from this low to the next low. Yeah, you truly did have bullish divergence. You never really had negative momentum, so yeah, it kind of helped. I mean, the seller exhaustion was clear from this low to this low. Bottomed out and you rallied lower high, but then when you sold off, you showed from bullish divergence to what? Bullish convergence, because the higher low. And so then you rallied again, you hit the top of the range, you sold off, and you made another higher low, 3 consecutive higher lows, and that could almost be what you would call, just for the sake of education, wow, 3 rising valleys. Screw the wick, just look at the body. Pretty proportional, you know, to the retrace. And then you had a confirmation line right here, which is the top. Three rising valleys, confirmation line. You have 3 valleys, 2 peaks, and the second peak is what, and why I keep saying the confirmation line. That is the breakout point. If you break that, clear. I mean, and so you did. I mean, this is retrospect, but what do you want, man? I'm not looking at Aunt Jemima technologies every day. I mean, it's all it is a bearish trend. Who cares? Yay! Accumulation developed, and it's now breaking the upside. There's a lot of charts to look at. Nearly overbought. So measure move the pattern. If you want to know about a measure move of a pattern of 3 rising valleys, it's from the first valley to the second peak. The structure, the size of the structure makes sense. So a measure move would yield you a price of around $9.11. Whatever, 909, 910, 11, whatever. Okay, but this is a bullish pattern and a bearish trend. I don't know if you'll get there, right? Because bullish patterns and bearish trends tend to underperform. Okay. Aunt Jemima. Oh, Tilray, man. Old Tilray, man, just like a falling wedge, and it broke out and just kept selling off. Just still no idea if this is a major swing low. It was great that it rallied, but what did it do? It just hit look left. We talked about this yesterday. I think someone requested this yesterday on Tilray. And it's like that is what is being regarded as resistance now, when it should have been a support. It was a support, but when it rallied, there was absolutely no demand. Again and again, and just. Here we are once more. You break that. If you break this, you'll probably go to 25 bucks. That overhead resistance area, $25. And then after that, if you break 24.25, you'll go to $33. After that, 46. There's not much resistance above you, but my God, you can't say we're not at one right now on Tilray. All right. So I adjust that too. And if it ever was to actually make a common retrace, even with conservative Fibonacci, you're looking between $50 and $71. It's just all about when is the bottom going to happen? When will it actually see a bottom? And you got to think, well, we need to see accumulation. We've seen the composite operator has to take his position, and he normally does it quietly on things like this that have been selling off over and over and over. So you have to think the most previous low, major low we've had on Tilray is the lowest low of all time. That's not bullish. Sorry, dude. There's no rounding action. Maybe some divergence played out. Who cares, man? Divergence can play out a bear trend and it sucks and then just dumps again. This thing was down 4.35% at a critical resistance. So if you can break it though, man, you could see 25 bucks. If you break that, you could see 33 bucks. Okay? Okay, got the request done, man. We did it, man. Thank you all for the brigade of attacks on my spaceship. Psh, psh. Ethereum Classic, what happened there? Probably pulled back based on your scared comment. Oh, I got it. Nah, I mean, it doesn't pull back at all. What the heck are you talking about? Just scared. I mean, what happened is you had weekly bullish divergence from a low to the exact same low. Higher levels of relative strength. That is what happened. The volume that came in, highest level volume ever on this chart. I know there's other charts, but exceeding your golden zone and hitting the deep retrace, the 786. We know all about that, don't we, guys and gals? So you think it could be a large weekly double bottom pattern potential, but the neckline is at like nearly $10. You'd have to break that for it to be a confirmed pattern. So that is what happened on ETC. And you went nuclear on the RSI. At one point you got as high as like over 88, which matches that April of 2019 level right here. Pump, and then look what it did, hit a resistance and dump. So at this point, we've hit, there's a big resistance support level at 770, 777. What would be healthy is if this asset could, and guess what happened yesterday? You back tested it. So you could always just back test it again, but as long as you stay above $7.77, you'll be fine. But I don't know if there's enough demand or market participants to hold it to these prices, especially if Bitcoin pulls back or sells off. All right. It's had a tremendous run, but it's crypto. It's a trader's market. It's not really an investor's market. Okay. So these things that pump like this will eventually dump based on the history we know about this market. Most gains aren't sustained, especially like this, where you just straight up, a lot of times it'll go straight up in a week or two, and then it'll take a month or two for it to bleed out and you lose all your value. All the moon boys get wrecked. Got to figure out a solution for that. But this is just the test drive of the new angle of the ship. What's up, Craig, man? You got some shoes? What kind of shoes did you get, Craig, man? I gotta go get gotten word that a package is in for me at the UPS store. Who was it? Who sent me something, Chad? 212 Connect, yeah, on CGC, that's right. That was 1 week ago, I believe. 1 week.
Dollar request.
Sorry about the TIE Fighter noise. Rep to the US dollar? Sure, dude. Augur? Yeah, that thing blew up. Yeah, random various S coins are pumping. What the? It's like every time I come back to this scene, this thing's like bugged out. It doesn't make sense. I don't know what's wrong with the file. Seriously though, Souson 97. Thank you for the 1337 elite contribution. Let's go. It's gonna have some good data. Maybe Binance? Yeah, Binance has good data. I mean, I guess. May of 2018. It looks like Ethereum Classic, dude. I mean, it looks just like the chart I'm looking at right now, but without any analysis on it. Look, dude. Oh my god, dude, you're looking at the same chart, Mitch. Is this your Ethereum Classic? No, it's Rep. But yeah, the difference though, this one's like Monero. And here it was 1 and 2 there. Ooh, that's kind of a high Momo shift trend line. You know, you could have done 1 and 2 here. If you do it like that, look at that. That's crazy. Huh. Like if we go from the top, 1 and 2, look what Augur did, man. Does anyone see this? at all. Just zooming in so you can make sure you see what I did with the just when an asset found the top and made a lower high, you just anchor 1 and 2. Then 1 when the bottom came. Okay, that's pretty good. I mean, it's 25 support, heartline resistance. Look at this heartline resistance, and look what happened when you look. Even here, you were testing it. Once you broke it and the 200 moving average, boom, you were off. But look how this asset never closed above that geometrical trend line. Nice pump though, dude. Okay. Also, somewhat, it's not inverse head and shoulders, but you can see a low, the same low, an actual slightly lower low, and then you never saw those lows again. And it came close to matching this one. It's good. It was like a move up and then consolidation. It's kind of like Bitcoin in a way, right here. This is like December 2018 to June 26, 2019, and this is Bitcoin from June 26, 2019 to kind of now, and here we are. Just none of this. But you get what I'm saying? The impulse up set the tone for the consolidation. Deep retrace, 78% from this low to high, and he ran. So Auger, man, very interesting where you are. Couldn't break that. If we use Fibonacci, which we can, height of the structure, the low point. We had a 50% retrace on one wick, and the second wick ran up to the 618, and those are common profit taking levels on any kind of trade if you fib it, right? Southson, does that help, man? You were inside this channel still, believe it or not. You're not making a higher high than these highs yet. Nope. So I think your best bet would be to maybe come back and test this $13 area, hold it, and then run again, because this is ludicrous and unsustainable for the most part. Sorry. Okay, $13. If you can hold that and make a higher low, you could run again and start an uptrend. But yeah, you have broken your first overhead resistance, but definitely not making higher highs than that peak up here. Oh, excuse me.
DBX seems cheap. Thoughts? Texas Tech Red Raider, living in Texas to play golf year round. 4. Ha.
What's up, Anon, dude? We got a Red Raider in the house. Hype. Dropbox. I haven't looked at it in a while. Ah, see, it never hit that. I had the idea. Oh, man, it got deep, though. Ah, wait. Did it ever get to the 1272? This is what happens. You can't monitor everything. So, and the thing is, like, Dropbox has been just an overall downtrend. And so I thought, worst case scenario, this could hit the 1618. And I guess it still could. It really could. But if you're talking about a butterfly, which is like 75% retrace with a lower high, from the low point to high point of the structure, the range is vast. Okay, and we were talking about this with Caterpillar, which I looked at already today. So on Anderson, we definitely looked at it a little while ago. So I just want to rewind and check out that, on DVR. So this is a potential reversal between $16 and $14.48. Anywhere between there.
Can you check out Platinum 2008 present pattern? Thanks, Mitch. Love the TA Wing Fighter.
Oh, thank you, Alex, dude. Triple A Alex. Thank you, man. Yeah, we'll look at Platinum. Platinum, dude. Getting closer to that measured move and that's the one where we'll show the beautiful textbook example of three rising valleys. Bullish reversal pattern. Platinum. Yes, sir. So with this butterfly, this is a tough one because the reversal can be anywhere between here. It just happened to come down to the 12. It hit the 1272 according to the right here, dude. I mean to the T, and that is exactly where it bounced. But the problem with this is you had no bullish divergence. Oh, sorry. You had no bullish divergence here at all. Let me sorry. Right. If you don't have like impending price action versus the upside, then it's a riskier play. But look, as you can see, the rally you've gotten from pretty much the 1272, the beginning of the pattern completion zone, or the PRZ, the price reversal zone, which it truly did. And at this point, it's probably hit definite reasonable targets, 50%, 382 levels from the high point to low point here. So, what I'll tell you this, it's not above a critical historical support resistance, which goes back here. I mean, you tried 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, failed. Look at this big bearish engulfing candle today at this level, rejecting it once more. Gross. Bearish trend overall. So, going long, it's tough, man. Bear trend. Yeah, we could try to make a chart. We could definitely anchor and make something a chart, but what's the point, dude? You know it's a downtrend. So, you kind of look for bearish patterns and bearish trends. Not so much bullish patterns and bearish trends. Okay, so this is like played out. But it's not out of the realm of possibility. It reverses and comes down to the 1618, and eventually that could also play a reversal area where it bounces. And maybe by then you'll get some serious bullish divergence, and that might make this thing rocket to the upside. Okay? Does that help at all on Dropbox? It should. Alright, let me go to Platinum real quick. Let me... What did I do? XPT to the US dollar, platinum. Here it is, chat. This is your 3 rising valleys pattern, where you have 3 valleys, 2 peaks. The second peak is the confirmation line, measured from the low point to the high point from the breakout. Soon approaching. 1067 is the measure move. The 23% retrace from the all-time highs, the 1030, 1028. Zoom out and see how freaking beautiful this is, man. Oh my god, I can't even show all of it because it's such a gnarly downtrend. I go to the weekly though. Yeah, weekly. So the downtrend we were in, and also value areas, dude. I mean, look at this. Look what you hit, 2008 levels. So we're looking at on oil assets, you know. So, yeah, beautiful, beautiful bounce, and then accumulation occurred after the first time. Right, never saw these levels again. Too much demand. The composite man took his position, and here we are, rising, breaking out of a downtrend that's been in existence since 2011. Gold is up here right now from its respective pattern. It's up here. So 2008, and could have in time, dude. This asset could climb to much higher prices. And I'm talking, you go the high point to low point on the weekly. Well, let's me. We're talking anywhere between 1200 and 1472 is your golden zone for common retraces. Platinum on the weekly. Beautiful. We know that else. Because both seconds for error. Yeah. Oh, DJ and Poker, you're now AAA Alex. AAA Lex. Okay. Blended kind of. I mean, there's a new scene today. The wide view is new. Certainly, it's the first stream I've ever done it. Hey, what's up, Mr. Peabody? Blair, what's up? Oh, Blair, we can't look at this. I mean, we can. We don't want to look at this crap, right? I mean, it's got 5 million volume, but dude, it's like, what's the point, man? What's the point of looking at this here? It's got like no structure, right? It's at all-time lows, even though it is pumping today. It certainly is, yes. Even scrubs pump. Crap, hold on. Utility screen, where the F are you? There it is. So this is what Blair's asking for. Can you look at TBT, Tetra Bio Pharmaceutical? And just look here, no further than 59.5 pennies. And you can see we rejected it as resistance, flagged and rallied, and look what we did. Great engulfing candle. Yeah, look, bull pull, bull flag, and a bear trend. What? Yeah, and did you close above a critical resistance? Absolutely not. You failed again. So you gotta be like, you gotta at least understand what's happening. Now, the good news is you don't have any positive momentum yet on really high volume, and you're not overbought, meaning like there's definitely more room for it to rise. If we're just talking about a 100% measured move of like a bull pull, bull flag, I mean, like whatever, however you want to paint it. Right, just a scrub pattern on a scrub asset. Right, 100% measured move puts you up at 78 cents. But, you know, Bukowski talks about why do measured moves not get hit on assets every time? Because if you look left, there's too much overwhelming amounts of resistance or support. And that's, dude, Blair, you see how freaking strong this is. This is major. So if you can break that, real good chance. You know, you'll see it. Now look right above you, another level of resistance. You can see like where traders have settled up, the wicks, the highs right here. I think that's another major area. So that could prevent you from getting to the 100% measured move pretty much of this bull pull, bull flag, right? Overall though, just a bear trend until you can break these areas, hold above them, and run again. All right. Gap fill way up at $1, but look in there. Hey, lots of volume. I don't know what happened. I mean, I don't follow TBT. I mean, biotech oftentimes is news catalyst driven. In a way, it's like very, very similar to crypto. Because it like lacks, you know, profit and revenue, but oh man, you talk about curing cancer, dude. Let's go FDA. Oh. I gotta hide that. Okay, so here we are back on Bitcoin, where it looks like there's some sort of ascending triangle or something going on in our uptrend. But just going sideways, man, just churning after a really nice move up, but it's not the first. Here's the second wave. And I'm sure a move will come. Look at the receding volume. Somehow it's still receding in volume. I've been live now for an hour and 35 minutes. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button, the bell, that sub. Would appreciate it. Helps the channel, dude. Well, Mario, maybe you should learn how to read the charts. And if you can read the charts, then it's not useless anymore. If someone's new and they don't do technical analysis, they'll come in here and say, yeah, it's all useless and all, well, I don't even know what's going on. And so it's all fake. And so that's not how it works, man. You can't walk into like some Spanish speaking channel and be like, oh, I can't understand any word this guy says, therefore Spanish is fake. Or it's useless to me. Yeah, it's useless because you don't understand it enough. But everyone has their own way of doing technical analysis, and I do my own, and you can learn how to do it, or you can watch someone else or something, whatever you want, dude. People, I have no idea, dude. I mean, I think we're inclined to run up again. I think just based on the daily, the weekly, 4 hour, and now the 60 minutes, there's just... Could be wrong, though. The crosshair? I need the crosshair so I can do this and be like, this is the area I'm looking at. Why would I get rid of that? There's no, like, mouse. All I have is crosshair. Sorry, Mario, dude, but hey, man. Andy, yeah, dude. Like, back in the 70s, people would call TA taboo and weird. Now institutions, you're taboo and weird if you don't, like, believe in TA. You, like, don't use it. Spanish is fake. Yeah, dude. I'll see the Gaussian tool, whatever. Still hasn't really moved much. But as long as we can stay up here, good news is we've broken above the inner band of the Gaussian. We really broke the outer band too. And we're above it, which is great. That's very good. Eventually you want to start seeing this Gaussian tool shift to the upside and eventually go green. Once it goes green, it's definitely a buying signal. The trend's reversing. And if you disregarded the Gaussian...
Heavy damage from Somalian pirates in Port Zap. Reports of leaking candlesticks. Get out of there, Mitch.
Leaking candlesticks. What? Okay, dude. Alright, man. We're gonna get out of here. You heard it first. From Adrian A. We're out of there, dude. Leaking candlesticks behind us. Hopefully not. You don't mean in the ship, Adrian, or I could be screwed because it's gonna follow me. Whew. I guess. So, you know, the Gaussian channel, like if you'd have bought when it went green on the daily, and our price is around 3,800, 3,700, whatever, and then you sold when it went red, the day it went red, I mean, look at the gain. From the green to the red day. 184% gains, man. Not bad for just one channel, one tool. The Gaussian. Not the Gaussian or Gaussian. Sorry, Probst. I think Probst got triggered like Dream Troll. Okay, I think we're soon approaching the not candlestick leaking pattern area. So, all right, we made it, dude, to our destination. Yeah, me too. I was sick and tired of that section of the galaxy too, Steven. Yeah, we'll look at it. Jesus, dude, it's so ridiculous. Can't even put it all on the screen. I mean, I can try. Yeah, I can do it without the oscillators. Show the screen. All right, so this is CME Group, Chicago Mercantile Exchange did. Wow. Right, 2012. Once this thing started going, you know, just this is log scale too. This is insane. Okay. So if we're talking about a bearish pattern and a bullish trend, I mean, look how we never broke the neckline. But we did from the low point to high point though. We did hit common retrace levels, right? And we bouncing again, making higher lows, accumulation. But there was a buying climax here. So it does, you would think, hey man, oh, it's a bearish pattern. Well, not if you break above 208. Rally up 217 is no longer anything like that, where it's like left shoulder, another left shoulder head, right shoulder, another right shoulder. Nah, man, you break this, we could eventually see 223 again, all-time highs. The macro stays strong, all right? But that is a big if, man, right? Big if. But it's like the low, the lower low, the lower lows. But what's happening? Really, what is really happening in the short term? Anderson Rivera calling you out in a good way. What's really happening in the short term? Accumulation with a sell wall. Oh, I think we've seen this before, haven't we? So what are we talking about? Some sort of potential bullish pattern? An extremely bullish trend? And we've hit the golden zone already? Low to high? Well, not bad. So you break this. If you break 209 for real, 100% measured move puts you up near all-time highs. It's that simple, dude. But it might not. It might run up to 218 before selling off, right? Because there's just overhead resistance. How about that 1272 for extension from way back? Way back, dude. All right, this thing's hit all-time highs, but it's really look, it reverses price action of the 1272, and this is it so far, huh? Really strong market until it's not. So if it's a bullish pattern, a bullish trend, maybe the bullish pattern will have a higher probability of playing out than any kind of, oh my god, Momo shifted, but we're still accumulating. Oh, Wayne, this sounds good. Yeah, Lightspeed, Hyperwave would be amazing for that scene. Anything else you think of? Absolutely, man. The Gaussian. So a whole bunch of nothing burger on Bitcoin. Nothing burger, dude. Haven't technically ever tested 8,500 yet, but we know in the short term we're in an uptrend. All we have to do is look at the 60-minute to see it. 60-minute chart. There's like no movement today at all on Bitcoin. Then yeah, I think Gaussian is maybe not. I don't even know that's how it works. I think it's like you have the option to choose any indicator you want, but you're just limited to like 3 if you do it for free. Can't even remember how that works anymore. Sure, Anderson, man. Thanks for the support. Sorry. Volume declining. It's normally a good thing if you're consolidating after an impulse, this bullish impulse, and then you start selling off. And no matter really what happens, you're showing accumulation, fine. Sell wall, accumulation, preceding volume, and pattern of consolidation after an impulse up is normally good. Showing like...
Here's some cash for the ship repaired in last year.
Oh my god, dude. Scary stuff, man. Thank you, man, Steven, for the golden retrace contribution.
Bounty hunters. We don't need that scum.
JMPC, man, thanks for the sub, dude. Welcome. Michael Church, so he's asking like about this new stuff, new to the trading world, TA worlds. So should he focus on patterns and indicators, or that mostly depend on your trading strategy? Everyone's gonna have a different type of strategy, I guess. I mean, I use significant time scales like the 4-hour, the daily, the weekly to make a determination on my position, what I'm gonna do, and it's no one thing, right? So it's the way I explain it all the time, and a lot of people like it. Okay, we're gonna get personal here, a little bit more interpersonal, excuse me. So really the way that I explain TA and how one should apply TA to trading is like, okay, if you're a trader, technical analysis is what gives you your edge. Okay, so as an analyst and a trader, you want to have a system. And I go by the cake baking system analogy. Okay, so like you've seen all these things on my chart, like the RSI, the MACD histogram. I use Fibonacci, support resistance, Wyckoff, being able to identify accumulation, distribution, absorption, all that. So when an asset is at a certain level, say it's just so high and just gone so far, often I'm looking for Fibonacci extensions. At the same time, I'm looking for like bearish divergence on not just one oscillator, but two. I'm looking for a Bulkowski pattern, like a rising wedge or something else, symmetrical triangle. Just depends. So I'm looking, so with the cake baking in the oven, okay, when you throw something in the oven, that is you taking a trade. So before you throw something in the oven, you want to have a bunch of different ingredients for your cake or your pie or whatever you're baking, which is trading for us. So like each variable that signifies to us from the market, from the charts that we read, signifying that it's going to go down, that's one variable, that's one ingredient, throw it in. Okay, so it's like bearish divergence on one oscillator. Okay, bear.
100%.
Sorry, homeless dude, I was on the wrong thing. I was going into it, man. Interrupting Alex, man. Thank you, dude, for the 10. So, bearish divergence on one oscillator. Okay, 2 oscillators. So that's 2 ingredients. That's like your flour and your milk. Okay, well, the Bulkowski rising wedge pattern. Boom, that's 3. That's your flour. And then it's like 1618 fib extension. Boom, throw it in. That's like vanilla extract. And then you've got like maybe a couple more. Overhead resistance historical from way back 10 years ago or something. All right, another one, throw it in. That's like your garlic. It's not garlic. It's just something that you would throw into the cake that I don't know about because I don't bake cakes for real. Ever. So when you have the ingredients in the bowl, and I think the bowl should be maybe the trend, like the overall trend, to where like if say all these variables are in a bowl, I don't know, like if you're in like a bear trend and you got like all these bearish, like it's run up in a bearish trend, and you've got all these coinciding variables in the bear trend, that means like that's the bull. Like normally you want to trade with the trend. The trend is your friend. So in an upsloping channel, and look, if we have a bullish trend and we're developing a bullish pattern in the bullish trend, I know this is short term, that means like you have a higher probability of the pattern performing because you're going with the trend. You got to think about the trend itself as like you're at the beach and the ocean is the market and there's a huge red flag and there's a big undertow. You counter trend trading as like you going out and trying to fight the undertow. Like you can try and you might be successful here and there, but more than likely the undertow is too powerful, Mother Nature, and you're going to get wrecked. So once you have all the coinciding variables in the bowl, which is the trend, or bowl, whatever, baking thing, the tray, you put it in the oven, and then it's like, okay, now I need to know what temperature to put it on and time. So I guess that part of the analogy would be like your trading strategy. Like, why are you taking along here? Or where are you taking along? I'm taking it here. Why? All your coinciding variables or your argument for why you're taking a trade there. This is my stop loss. Okay, your stop loss is there. Why? For reasons, because there's support or something looking left or resistance, and then your profit taking levels. Why are those your profit taking levels? Well, it's based on Fibonacci and just common retraces and stuff like that. So that's like you setting everything on the oven, and then you hit start is when you take your buy or your short on the asset and you let it bake. And sometimes the baking can take a month or two the way we do it. And so sometimes it still fails. It's trading. Welcome to it. When you take on losses, you think of it as overhead, right? You store owner of a restaurant has to pay his employees. He has to buy the food. There's like slippage, or not slippage, but there's just sometimes there's thievery. People steal stuff. All kinds of things happen, for any business owner. So they have to deal with overhead, and so you as a trader have to deal with overhead. So sometimes you have to get stopped out. But it's not about the one trade, it is about the many cakes you bake, not one. That's why going all in is stupid, and that's why it's important to have reasonable position sizing every single trade. Because if you have one trade that looks great and you go all in on it, you blow up your account, and then there's like 3 trades that also look really good that you just found or something. You know how long it would take you to get back all those gains or the money you lost on that first trade that blew up your account? So position sizing, it's very important, and that's not sexy. I mean, that's, you get like 6 to 10 trades going at one time. It's not the easiest thing in the world to manage all of it, but you can. But say 2 trades are doing bad one day, but then like 3 or 4 trades are doing well, then 2 didn't do anything. Okay, you're having a good day. But it's like, overall, they should play out in time, and not all of them though, right? So that's why, again, position sizing is important. All right, whatever, man. I'm just going on a TA rant here, chat. Hopefully it's good. If you did enjoy that TA education rant and trading rant, hit the like button, that bell, sub, I guess. Okay, also feedback, whatever. Whew. Sugar, that, yeah, you go. Sugar's a good one. Sometimes there's a recall on an ingredient and you have to throw away your cake. Yeah, must love, Pat's kind of like, it sucks. Like, U.S. Steel, like, what do you want, man? We hit the entry, we were up like freaking 20%, but then the daily bearish divergence started showing up, and it's like, not like we didn't call it and say, yeah, impending price action reversal on U.S. Steel, and it just so happened that what ushered in the real reversal on it was the news that they had shut down facilities and they had cut their dividend. I mean, like, you can't, but the TA did fulfill its destiny, self-fulfilling, with that news, bearish divergence on daily. But we've been playing on the weekly, so. Sweet. Brain freeze, glad you liked it. Sub Lauren. Where's the like button? It's like, if you're looking live stream, you look where the dislike button is. It's right next to it. Best way to contact me is via Discord. That's it. Join my Discord if you want to contact me. Don't email me, because you know how many emails I get a day, and they're all propositions on trying to advertise on my stream. And every single person out of the hundreds that have contacted me, not one of them has ever made it on my stream. Not one of their logos. I've never advocated for anything. Okay, so good luck. If you go via email, you'll lose. Sorry, man, we've been live now for 2 hours. So, you know, that's normally when I cut the stream or end it or whatever, but just chilling. Got 5 minutes till the 2 hour mark. So just hanging out in my new scene, my spaceship. While we look at Bitcoin, doing nothing at all, man, nothing. 86.73, below 8,700. Really struggling, but definitely holding above the 86 to 86.60 critical 60-minute ice line, I think, where we've seen it many times. Many times, man. Hold that long enough, keep accumulating, and we very well could rise to the upside like kings. For one coffee fee. Yeah, dude, for sure. Whew. So, Thomas. Alias Ruham, I don't know if it can make you, because like applying stuff is difficult. So I mean, like, I think if you join the Patreon and you're new, you will get stupid amounts of value out of it. Well, like, I'm talking like people in here in the stream that watch this have spent thousands of dollars on other people and their courses and education and stuff. And they told me I give away more information than they do, and I do it for free. Like the information I give on the live stream for free is like worth more than what they put together in $1,000 plus education course. So you know, there's just many, like almost unlimited amount of clips of education in the Patreon, like from my streams, because I do it all for free. And then I have someone who clips those education segments. Like this one will probably get clipped, the one I just did, and it'll go get hand delivered, condensed, 5-6 minutes video on the Patreon. So that's constantly going. What's up, Rally? Mistiff. Still waiting for 5,500, dude. Well, it's not insured that it will hit. It hit 55. Oh no, sorry, it hit 85.50. Sweet, thanks, Spencer, man. Sweet, doodle 2 times. Thanks, man, for the consideration. Appreciate it. Man, what can we do on this one, Wayne? I don't know if you're out there still. We could do the spaceship walking onto something. I don't know how we do it from this angle. Oh, nothing's free in the world. It costs you a lot of time to watch, so the Patreon, cuts down on the time it costs. So, to get to the educational segments that I do in the stream. But it's not like, most of the time when I do an analysis, I break down education like almost countless. It is countless times. Wow, Assassin, man, are you not listening to me? I literally said the best way to contact me is via Discord, not email. Are you not here, man? Anderson said this is his first month in Patreon. He'd definitely join again next month. It's worth it. Thanks, man. 20-year-old with 2,000 XRP. All right, Robbie, man. Good luck, dude, on your investment. They're trying to IPO Ripple. So what the heck does that do for... What is XRP then? Rendered superfluous. Well, for an investing standpoint, I'm sure it's the utility token that banks use, and then they dump it once they've used it. Probe says, agree with that statement. He's paid for others and have friends who are retired professional traders. What is being taught here is very common system being used by professionals. But thanks, Probes, man. But I'm sorry, dude, that you got wrecked, man, by the wheel. You got wrecked by the wheel like I got wrecked by Ryan Flugner today. Can you concur with that, sir? He just contacted me to ask where I can be contacted. Get right. Listening to just a chill mix of progressive house. WRAY radio 88.8 FM 589 AM.
It's free, but we tip because of the value.
Adrian A, man, thanks for the 3s, dude. Really, oh, man. Dude, I'm getting that feeling again, chat. I don't like when this feeling hits me, man. It's weird. It's like I feel like violated, man. Stop talking to me, man. I will not FOMO. I will not chug. Be gone. What? Be gone. Freaking, I think it's the Emperor Drink Troll. She just keeps trying to contact me or something, dude. It's weird. Age, sex, location. I don't know if you have to ask. You can't afford it. Cap up. Is that how it goes? What is it? Goldman Sachs, Zeus Mega Computer, literally programmed looking for a divergence on multiple time frames. Then they make entries when or if they are already in crypto. They will do the same. And then what gives them the edge over the traders is the inside information that they have. So like what they'll do is they'll have, oh man, our technical analysts, right? Our CFAs, everyone, right? They're all saying the charts look ripe. There's value. There's divergence, the weekly, the monthly, whatever, 4 hour, all of it together. And there's also this news that something else is going to be happening. We just found out about it. Boom, we take our buy. And then all the other bots, probes, right? All the other bots around the market see that. It's like, dang, dude, that's a lot of volume. That's a lot of buying pressure. And it continues up. So they get, it's like one player, the composite operator, the composite man, accumulates his position. And other people that know what they're doing also see that. And that's why you get these huge rallies that can last for a year or more in some cases. Get Bushmills out? I mean, I've got it, man. But good luck, dude. Probes has tried all he could to wreck me. Just, you know, so the cookie crumbles connect. Or something. I don't know, we're just talking now, man. Yes, let the power of the FOMO flow through you. No, will not. That's right, Riley. What is it? You can't afford it. Sorry, just scrolling up a little bit. Computer already scans for the news. Think about it. Yeah, but inside information is much different than news. But yeah, it'll combine the fundamentals and news with technicals. But there are, like, you know, people at the top that, you know, they're told information and then they have, you're like, hey, should we take a play on this? It's like, yeah, I mean, they pull the trigger, right? Pull off the big guns. Do I think one day retail will even be able to trade? Dude, retail can trade right now. And really the way it's gone is like there's no more dumb money in the markets. And that's actually kind of good for swing traders or position traders because like now the dumb money is just controlled by algos because we're at the, you know, we have more money in exchange traded funds than ever before, more algorithmic trading than ever before. So people just want to forget about it, sit on it. And so that's kind of a good thing in a way. It's not good for day traders per se. But definitely swing and position trading. It's fine. It's still viable. But I'm sure day trading is still viable too. I'm just saying it's from what I've read from day traders, like professional day traders, it's not as easy at all as it used to be because of all the algorithms that are out there controlling these markets. And 60% of trading on the stock market is done by bots. 40% humans. So humans have to pre-market scan for where the volume is, where the humans are going to be trading that day, so they don't get wrecked by the computers. Oh God. Not until the milkman approaches you private winds and tells you about the Church of Tesla. Okay, that's when you go short. Still probably more ludicrous prices above us, maybe. What's up, Starship Streaker? Oh man, appropriate. Yeah. No, I do not have my own indicator.
It's not worth it, bro. Truth me.
It's not worth it, Mark Hamill. Thanks for the 618. The golden retrace contribution from Luke Skywalker Connect. It's not worth it. What, the dark side's not worth it? Au contraire, man. I don't know, man. Like, I think that people that are Jedis or Sith, where's the balance, man? Where's it? I mean, everyone's always talking about the balance of the Force. It's like, guess what? No one's participating in balance. People are too good or too bad. Where is the, I can use the Force powers for good and evil at the same time. And with these new powers that I was diagnosed with at the Galactic Doctor a couple weeks ago, I'm going to try to be one of the first to do it. I won't let the dark side consume me, probably. I mean, no, I won't. It will be fine, dude. It will not completely engulf me. We will keep it balanced with good side and bad side, right in the middle. Don't worry, chat. Yeah, specific time of day is 6 p.m. Eastern. Yes. You must FOMO and chug. Well, dude, I tried, man. I tried. I don't know if there's any way to extend it. Like, you know, I'm a pragmatist. Anyone have any ideas? Sorry. Hey, man, you go live for 2 hours. Life goes on without you.
BlackRock, creator of iShares ETFs, had $7.5 trillion in AUM. JP Morgan has $2.5 trillion. So that shows how small the crypto market is. Insanity.
Yeah, and it's just like, I mean, we're talking like just small hundreds of percentage points of that money gets dropped on Bitcoin, into Bitcoin, the spot price of Bitcoin. It's just like boom. And that's like why you have to be somewhat optimistic for at least Bitcoin, because until it changes where Bitcoin's no longer the number one crypto asset, you gotta think that what crypto is Bitcoin. I know there are altcoins, of course, but we got the longest. Bitcoin's got the longest track record, and it's only made higher highs, higher lows, forever. Until kind of recently, but again, you don't just go. You're not gonna go from 3K to 20K instantly. You probably don't want that. You want to pause and go through a major correction on the way up, like we're doing right now, that we actually just technically broke out of. That we haven't made higher highs yet, the 95, 9600, which we could though. That leaves you so much more room to run to the upside, and it's more sustainable. So, yeah, with such a low market cap, you think there is tons of opportunity in the future with just what's happening fundamentally around the world, with governments just continuously devaluing their own currencies, negative interest rates, quantitative easing, whatever, man. Bitcoin was literally designed to fight the entire system. A hedge against even gold, some say. And I get that, because Bitcoin is not like gold at all. Not really. I mean, I don't even want to compare those two. It's not a good idea to compare gold and Bitcoin. I mean, again, Bitcoin is a hedge against gold, silver. It's a hedge against the hedge. It can be. Because hedge and silver and the yen are like hedges against the US dollar and the market volatility. But, you know, when the crash happens, I think Bitcoin's going to get wrecked too, probably. Because, you know, crypto is a speculative, risky asset class as it is. So people, when there's a market tumult, people don't want to store their cash, their money, into something that is highly speculative and could depreciate 60% in a day, which it's done before. Or 43% in a day, whatever. I'll spin, though. Probst. I'm just going to go ahead and say and get cocky here and be like, sorry, it didn't work. Did I use the force? Nah, that'd be cheating, dude. No need. No need. Social. It was close, man. It was real close. But gold. Well, dude, I mean, this is why you have a diversified, well-diversified portfolio. Bitcoin dumps one day or dips one day. Gold pumps. Okay? Offset it. Ascending triangle breakout soon. I don't know, man. Maybe.
Thinking about DD on the 1 day.
Adrian, thanks for the 420. Is that a space joint contribution? DuPont. I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. I know you're deep retrace areas, but your route, look, you broke critical support. It's like you developed an ice line here, right around 63.60. Oops, oh my god. What the? What's happening? Alt H, right? Where's on? There's a Control H. Yeah, okay, what the heck? Yeah, so you broke this critical support, now you're rallying. And yeah, triple MACD bullish divergence. RSI divergence in the end too. Great. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. And a bear trend right now though. So yeah, let's see what it manifests into. Yeah, it's playing out, starting to play out. It looks like it, right? But again, until you break 63.47 and then back test it as support, you're screwed. Now maybe we run up all the way to 66, execute order to 66, and then we sell off to back test the spring, and that could be some sort of beautiful inverse head and shoulders. Dude, the lowest low of the entire correction just happened. No accumulation, no composite man in sight yet. I mean, I would just be patient on this one and monitor it, because we just talked about what really needs to happen. But no, that's not good enough yet. I know there's divergence, but divergence by itself after breaking critical supports in a downtrend, long sustained downtrend, has been going on since January 2018. It's not enough to throw in the oven. What do you think, Adrian, man? Maybe I'm wrong, man. Maybe it just goes to 10 trillion in 50 seconds. Wait up, Michael. Bitcoin cannot dump. Well, it certainly can. 70% of Bitcoin is locked. I mean, we've seen Bitcoin dump plenty of times. I don't care how long that stat's been around. Bitcoin can certainly dump to the downside. What are you saying, Probst? Doesn't need to be used for everyday payments. Credit lenders just need to accept it as payments. Yeah. Store Value Connect. But Store Value Connect with extreme amounts of volatility. See, the thing is, I can see Bitcoin maybe as a...
Thoughts on BA being a very complex agent S?
I don't know about that, man. Maybe. Boeing. I mean, it could be, but the thing is, and where's the real neckline? Is this the neckline? I don't know if I'd look at it like that, but yeah, the lower, it's like high, a higher high, now lower highs. There's like a base, a buy wall kind of here, and lower highs again. I think, yeah, if we do break this 320 to 295 area, gap fill, bruh. Right down here, 213, and the way it's been going for them could very well be a possibility. It's almost what you almost like a diamond in a way, right? 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, and it's probably scuffed looking, but yeah, dude, it's really. Eventually, I mean, I get the higher low stuff, but when you hit these higher lows, you then need to run and start making higher highs. And aren't they recalling like all the 737s and stuff? I mean, that can't be good. I think someone, economist, was talking about how it was like it was going to cut out so much. It was gonna cut out a percentage of like the GDP or something. I mean, high to low. this thing had hit a 38% retrace and recovered, but it's not making higher high. I mean, it did run up here, but since then it's come back and it's lower high, a lower high, lower high right here. So where are the buyers, man? There's only like since September of 2019, which I guess is maybe when the 737 news came out. Maybe I'm wrong. Ever since this time, there's only been distribution with a buy wall. No real accumulation anymore. In the shorter term, midterm, yeah, sure, a high low here, but that could just be absorption happening, and eventually we break it and come back to back test 295, 300. So yeah, it's not really that great looking. Oh my god, dude. Crap. Keep forgetting that I have to like make sure it's not up there. Sorry, private wins, man. I don't do advertising revenue. Yeah, Bombardier stock crash. I heard about that or read about it a little bit. I just read the headline of it on my news feeds. It cut out 0.5% of the GDP. 1% growth. That is so insane, Spencer, man. That is crazy. So when you hear that, you think that this could be that, and we could eventually fill a gap at 215, right? Not a good thing. The thing about Boeing, though, is like, you know how much money, I mean, the government has to give trillions of dollars to Boeing and, you know, Lockheed Martin and many others. I mean, it's a form of socialism, right? Socialism, because the government is like controlling the means of production, because Boeing's like, okay, what do you need made, government, for defense? You know, it's not just Boeing, it's many others. They get contracted out by the government and they say, we want this. And like, okay, well, can you make these certain adjustments and all that? And it's like, yeah, sure. And it's like, well, here, let me just give you all these trillions of dollars of taxpayers' money. In return, you give us a bunch of stuff we want. I mean, that's not really the free market, IMO. But that's like a different discussion, different day. Getting a sound check. Music just sounds so effing loud, dude. Again, they're not controlling the means of production, but if the U.S. government goes to the Boeing production team and is like, hey man, we need these augmentations made on these machines for us, how is that not them controlling the means of production when they're literally telling the business entity how they want the ship made, right? Controlling the means of production by augmenting their stuff. That's totally an argument. Young Low. Oh my god, volume of Bitcoin, dude. I'll go back to it, whatever. It's open. Stick to the 4 hour, I guess. Oh my god, 86.90. It's not moving, dude. It's not moving at all. But at least you got a more mature potential pattern developing, right? Background and mouth sound okay. Thanks to all. Right amount of loud. Awesome. Thanks, Dustin. Yeah, dude. No, that's. I need that. I need that like sweet spot. Blasting's loud. Yeah, I just might have to turn that down. It's a lot of work. It's not as simple as just hitting a wheel. I got to do all kinds of saving and stuff on the Stream Elements website. Probes, what other game could we play? I mean, I tried to come up with one, but it just isn't working. Okay. new ship angle, but also Bradford, the that definite education content, that little, you know, segment of just a variety of things I've already talked about before, but it'd be popping up on the feed, new and stuff for the patrons. It would be good, a good reiteration of proper methods one could take in this journey of technical analysis and trading. Part of you is just saying hold. Please don't say HODL though. It's such a joke. It's so stupid. I mean, you're talking about a guy who, like, it was satirical first off, but the guy was so dumb and didn't understand technical analysis at all that he just quit, literally quit. He's a quitter. He quit on TA and just hell. I mean, like, good. You can hold, but you also can allot some of your capital to trading too. And you can offset your losses of your hold account, right? If you're shorting or something, right? Okay, your Bitcoin's, dumping. Well, you can have a trading account. If you learn how to short, you can short it while it's dumping, and so you can offset your losses during the sell-offs, right? The corrections. So you can do both and help yourself. Sure, Spencer, man. Yeah, Bradford, or not Bradford, anyone. Can y'all, can someone post? I mean, I can do it. I'll do it real quick. A valid invite link. Sure. Alright, posting now. If you want to join the Discord, you should. I'm posting it. Go, join now or be destroyed. And miss my live streams. You will. Oh yeah, you saying that the guy who came up with the stupid satirical thread is actually Satoshi? No, he's not, dude. Okay, man. Well, can't make volatility like increase on Bitcoin, and as you can see with the pattern, the way it's going, I mean, it could stay inside this pattern until January 19th, January 20th, 21st. So you got a week, man. Okay, man. I guess what I'll do is just it's Patreon night tonight, so I'll be back anyway. Yeah, I know, pre-games tonight. But I guess I'll just get out of here and come back fresh. And we can just go from there. I bet money Bitcoin is not gonna move though much by the time I go live again tonight. So, and probably won't move much tonight. So thanks so much for the likes, the love, the support, the contributions, everything. Y'all amazing. So, it's been fun, chat. So, until next time. Until next time, sorry. I gotta get better at this. Transition out. Respect the TA. Oh, PayPal after hours. Let's go, dude.